the final down. The final countdown.
Hey guys, welcome back to Nail Biting Fun. Can't really say welcome back to because this is the first real dedicated Nail Biting Fun episode we've got. There was a Tea with Tiddly video that we did that was also a bit of a nail biter, and also Balls to the Wall, that was a good one too. So let's welcome to the third installment of Nail Biting Fun. Anyway, we are here on Westfield. We are watching Captain GMAT and Ketafish. Ketafish has featured on the channel before. I think he was also in his UDs then, and I think he did just as little in that game as he does in this game. Spoiler alert. Sorry there, Ketafish. Anyway, so we're watching from the point of view of Captain Sergeant. He's a good bloke. He's been trying to get on this channel for a while now, so I showed him a bit of heart and put him in. Anyway, we're in a tier 10 game, so we're bottom tier. We have 2 S1s in the platoon and a UDs. Of course, Ketafish and his UDs there, just behind Captain, playing with his hydraulics. No idea what that man is doing. He's just... yeah, you got to ask yourself that question, really, don't you? Anyway, so we are here on the Westfield map. We are in your standard southern spawn tank destroyer spot. Of course, the S1 and the UDs, they have fantastic camo values. So sitting back here in the bush, they're pretty safe. Nothing's really come over the hill so far, apart from that IS-7, which just took a shot on the side from this S1 and Captain. But if he's doing the smart thing and he's moving after firing as well. It's quite fast, this S1, so there's the artillery shot anyway. It's quite fast, both forwards and backwards. I think it can do 44 in reverse and even more forward. But it's quite good, and it's quite a good little money maker as well, as we'll show you in the... or will we? I guess it depends if they win this or not. No spoilers there. Anyway, so score's currently 1-0. Starts quite good for Captain's team, to be honest. They get off to a bit of a flying start, and we'll just see if the enemy team can reel them in a bit, which should make for some good watching. You know, so I haven't had a lot of experience with the S1 myself. Have had the UDs, played a lot of the UDs. It's good tank destroyer. There definitely is a steep learning curve from the IKV, the tier 7 Swedish tank destroyer, to the UDs. Then of course the tier 9 and tier 10, especially with the new mechanic, the siege mode. So if you don't know what the siege mode is, basically you can hit a button which puts you into what they call siege mode. So it increases your gun handling quite drastically. So you're much more reliable, much more accurate. You've got a better aim time, and you've got better reload as well. The downside is that you really can't move very fast in it at all when you're in siege mode. So that's the trade-off. So you enter siege mode, so you're in a tank destroyer spot, popping some shots off in siege mode, but you can't run away if they spot you straight away. That's why it's got such good camo values as well. But then the other trade-off is when you're in what they call travel mode, or not siege mode, your gun handling's pretty average, and since on the UDs, the S1, the tier 9 and 10 Swedish tank destroyers, the gun does not move horizontally at all. On the UDs it moves vertically, that helps with the hydraulics, but the S1, the tier 9, tier 10, the gun does not move at all. So it can be quite difficult for to be able to get shots on the move. That's why in siege mode, it's very accurate. You can move around little bits, and then you don't really lose much accuracy. But when you're in travel mode, it can be very difficult to actually get any shots into anyone, especially if you're trying to, do shots on the move. But Captain there he takes out the other S1 on the enemy team, and actually got some spotting damage on that as well. So it's very well done there. Now we're sitting at 6-1, so six kills on our captain's team and 1 kill on the enemy team. You couldn't have asked for a better start, really. I mean, I would hasten to say that most games you start out at 6-1, you're more than likely to go on to win, especially since they are quite nice tanks on the enemy team that have come off. I mean, the majority of them are tier 8, but so I think there's 5 tier 8s that have gone down. But still, that's 5 more tanks that they've taken out of the game. So it's not just the fact that they have a 5 tank advantage, but it also goes into the minds of the enemy team as well. Because you think you're sitting there, you're like, what? Okay, we're 5 tanks down. They've got 5 tanks more than us where we are. I'm going to get shot from a lot more positions. And there we take a hit from the GW Tiger P. Captain is running away, as you do. I mean, you do not want to get hit by artillery in these things. Their armor is pretty paper thin. The only reason that you'll generally get a bounce in the S1 is because of the angling on the armor. It's such a huge angle that it's not far off being an auto ricochet. But it is thin armor, so you don't have to have such a high caliber gun to overmatch it, which is always a lot of fun, isn't it, really? Anyway, back to the game at hand. So, in that short time, the enemies pulled it back. It's now 7-5. So, Captain's team did have an advantage of 5 tanks. They now only have an advantage of 2 tanks. And the difference being is that tier 10 on their team, the E100 is now dead. The AMX tier 9 is dead. Okay, now it's 7-7. So they were up 6-1. Now 7-7. Oh, it's a bit of a change. It's not often you see that. The most common time you'll see that is if the enemy team has actually been doing a lot of damage, but they just haven't gotten those last few hit points off your tanks. 9-8 now, so we're still in the lead. It's not, it's not a lost cause at the moment. Their captain tries to put a shot into the Jagdpanzer E100 that was never going to go through. No matter that though. He's raced off. I mean, he's got a tier 8 premium tank destroyer shooting at him. Who wouldn't run off if you're in a top tier German tank destroyer? Actually, that doesn't really make sense, does it? Why are you running off? Oh well. Anyway, so captains pop back into travel mode. Takes about 1.3 seconds to switch from travel to siege mode, which isn't horrible. But it can be the difference between life and death, if that makes sense. So you'll generally find that if you're going to try and get up in the face and brawl with someone, you can get there very fast because it's a fast tank. But in travel mode, your gun handling is shite. So then you think, okay, well, I'll just, I'll run up to them and then I'll change into siege mode. But that takes 1.3 seconds. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but a lot can happen in 1.3 seconds. If they're already aimed in the area that you're coming, they can pop a shot off into you and then pull back behind cover, because you can't move the gun or anything when you're in siege mode, so you're completely stationary. If they are aimed and they pop a shot into your tracks, well, then you're buggered. I mean, if you're quick on the trigger, you can get the tracks back up. But the thing is, if they take your tracks and then get around behind you, well, you're screwed. I mean, the gun doesn't move, so you can't swing the gun around to get to them. Even if you get your tracks back up, the traverse on this isn't that great in travel mode. Even in siege mode, it's not that great. It's very smooth when you're in siege mode, so I'll give it that. But it's not fast traverse. Anyway, back to the game. So now it's 11-11. This is looking a bit scarier, isn't it? We've got the FV4005 left on the team. We've got one S1 and the UDs left on our team, and the GW Tiger P. The enemy team has the Jagdpanzer E100. They've got a Russian medium, because why wouldn't you? And they've got a Scorpion G, as well as their artillery. So I would say it's probably it's pretty even here. I mean, you got tier 10 tank destroyer on each team. Both have high damage capabilities. One has armor, one is a barn. Then Russian tier 9 tank is not so bad, and oh dear, that's Captain's tier 10 tank destroyer gone. Some of you may have noticed that the time is 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Just keep an eye on that. I mean, they've been going for over 10 minutes now. So the other thing that you find in long battles as well is that you really can get fatigued, so you make stupid decisions. Not that I'm saying anyone here is made or making or going to make a stupid decision, but you can get that. You can get fatigued from a long battle. Anyway, so Captain's team, so they've got the UDs, Kitterfish, and himself in the S1 against a Jagdpanzer E100. They're Russian tier 9 rear mounted turret medium tank, Scorpion G, and their artillery. I mean, not all hope is lost, because they do have very good camo ratings, both the UDs and the S1. So I mean, if they can get themselves into bushes and just hold off, let the enemy come to them, then you know they're fine. However, the Jagdpanzer with its ginormous gun, 1150 alpha damage, every tank on his team is a one-shot for it. So if it's got any substantial amount of health, and manages to spot anyone on Captain's team, that's it really. I mean, shot is going to overmatch his armor and go straight through. There's no way he can bounce a Jagdpanzer E100 shot. So that's a little scary for Captain and for Kitterfish and for their artillery. And then of course they've got that Russian medium on the enemy tank, and they've got the Scorpion G as well. So if they stick together, they have a chance. It's not a great chance, but you know, they have a chance. However, Kitterfish and Captain are about the length of the map away from each other. So there's good and bad reasons for that. I mean, the good reason is they have eyes on both sides of the map. So if anyone comes, you know, they're not going to get outflanked. The bad news is they are much less able to support each other if the tank is any kind of distance away from them. So you can see that Kitterfish is in Captain's signal range. However, you can see that there's a medium over there on the ridge in the mini-map, but Captain can't see him. He's too far away. Kitterfish is trying to get the artillery to shoot at him, but again, you know, he's having a bit of trouble. And there's the Jagdpanzer E100. Oh, nice shot. Puts a shot into him there. Takes him below 1,000 health. But has he been spotted? That's the question. Don't believe he has been spotted. But the artillery and Captain both take the tracks off the Jagdpanzer E100. So we're still looking at 11-12, but then we've only got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Nice shot then again there by Captain, but then their artillery's just been taken out by the Scorpion G. Now Kitterfish has taken out the Jagdpanzer E100. That's good. However, Captain does have a Scorpion G to his left to worry about, and Kitterfish has just taken out the Object 432. Well done. So now it's Scorpion G and artillery versus an S1 and a UDS. But there's only 1 minute left. Now, like we said, you know, the S1 and the UDS are fast tanks in travel mode. But are they that fast? Are they fast enough to take both these tanks out in less than 50 seconds? There's a Scorpion G. Oh, Captain sees him, spies him, takes a shot. Nice. So now, if they had another 2 minutes, it'd basically be guaranteed. There's the UDS and the S1 versus GW Tiger P. But they've got less than 30 seconds. Oh, there we go. Kitterfish has spotted the GW Tiger P. Captain is just coming off his stun. They got less than 20 seconds left. Get a fish in the UDES. Now remember about that siege mode time. The UDES' time is 2 seconds. If the GW Tiger P is behind any kind of cover, he is going to be able to shotgun get a fish in the UDES. We got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. There we go. Well done, get a fish. That was bloody well done, mate. I tell you what, that was. If you have any nails left, that makes one of us. That was absolutely insane. Credit where credit's due. Captain, first class mastery badge, didn't really get any other medals, which is a bit of a shame. But that's not what this was about. This was about the game itself. Quite intense. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next time, and hopefully we can get some more good gameplays for you.